everyone! Hi everyone, my name is Camille and this is my reselling channel by Camille. I sell used clothing online to make a profit. I do it part-time and I want to kind of give you an update on how my business has been going. I've done a lot of things in the month of June that have really helped and I want to help you as well. So this month in June I've made a lot of really good flips, things that have sold quickly for me for a good amount of money, and I know a lot of people like to see those kinds of videos, so I thought I would do a little bit of that, give you an update on some of the tools that I've implemented into my business to make it better, especially as a part-time reseller, make it more efficient for me, and also, what was the other thing? I can't remember. Oh, and, well, yeah, I thought I would show you how I pack an order and just kind of how I rearranged my Poshmark room. I'm very lucky that I have an entire room that I can dedicate to reselling, so how I'm making it more efficient for myself. So kind of like a little office tour, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. First thing, and these two things are very, very new to me, and if you haven't been following me since the beginning of the year when I started this channel, one of the things to know about me is that I actually owned a mobile boutique. So it was a boutique literally that I made in a U-Haul that I would drive around places. And so I initially got into reselling clothing in that respect because it was a wholesale business. The mobile life was not for me. The wholesale business was not for me. And to be truly honest with myself, I wasn't really great at the business side of it. And that is what I'm trying to be better at in this business, and I'm trying not to be cheap, okay? It is so hard when you own a business, and especially when you don't really have a lot of those tools to understand how much money you're spending, how much or rather not even the tools, you're just not very good at understanding that budgeting process, which I was not, and I'm teaching myself how to be better at. But when I own my own business, I was using a lot of my own personal money to run it, and that in turn made me, what's the word, like I was sacrificing a lot, like little things that would make my life so much easier I didn't want to buy. So now I'm learning my lesson, and with this business that I really want to grow, and I would love to make it into something that I do full time, I'm understanding that if I put that money up in the front end, it's going to help me make more money in the business to grow it, which makes sense, right? So two of the tools I've used this month is Reseller Assistant and Vendoo. Now I want to do separate, more in-depth videos on Reseller Assistant and Vendoo, but just to give a brief overview, a Reseller Assistant is like a VA, so a virtual assistant that shares your closet. You can tell them how many times you want them to share your closet and what kind of shares, like community shares, follows, closet shares, stuff like that. Excuse me. Whew. Seltzer today. Stay hydrated. So, I purchased 1 month for I think $93, and they share my closet 4,000 times a day. And that, I think right there has brought me a good amount of sales, right? Because that's part of Poshmark, is sharing consistently, constantly, to get your listings up at the top. Obviously, it's a numbers game. So, I thought I would try it out. I think it's been working pretty well. I've had multiple sales days, and it seems to be going good. I'm enjoying it. I do not know if I'm going to continue doing it. I have to really break down the numbers and evaluate if the $93 is bringing me in 2-3 times the amount, right? Because I can't just be spending $93 a month to be making $105. That wouldn't make a lot of sense. So that is something that I have to decide if I want to do that. I am interested in looking into other VAs and see what I might want to, if I want to try a different company or a different method of sharing. Not a different method of sharing, but I think you guys might know what I mean. So, the other thing that I implemented is Vendoo. So Vendoo is a cross-listing service, and I'm thinking about it now, and I was kind of like, why would I, like, you know, I'm getting all this shares on my Poshmark closet, but that doesn't mean that everyone is on Poshmark, and I'm spending $93 to do this, right? So Vendoo, I was like, I've been thinking about a cross-listing service for months now, and I have quite a lot of items, so I know a lot of part-time sellers probably, you know, maybe have like 100 or so. I have almost 400 listings, and that is because I started wanting to be like more of a part-time reseller in 2019, so I was getting inventory then, like right at the tail end of 2019. And then also, like I said, I had a wholesale boutique business, so I have some inventory left over from that. And also my own personal closet I've been emptying, all that jazz. So I have a lot of listings, and obviously not everyone who's purchasing online is on Poshmark. So I was like, well, I'm already spending $93. I might as well spend the $30 and try Vendoo. So Vendoo, you have a few options. You can obviously go check it out for yourself. I do have a link that I will add below if you are interested in trying it out. But I've been getting sales like crazy on Facebook Marketplace. And I say like crazy, like a ton, but considering I had a few things listed there that were getting no action, and just like as soon as I started Vendoo and just like popping them on there, I'm getting a lot more sales. So like I think in my last or a few videos ago, I was kind of talking about like how can you be consistent on different platforms to be active on those platforms, and Vendoo definitely does it for me. Overall, on Vendoo, I've sold 16 items on things that I've cross-listed. I sold a bodysuit for $15. I sold Dolce & Gabbana sunglasses, and of course, most of the stuff that I've sold on Poshmark is probably due to Reseller Assistant rather than Vendoo, but also I'm using Vendoo to cross-list, so, and also list things. Wait, how do I want to say that? So I've used Vendoo to post new things on Poshmark, as well as I have the Reseller Assistant sharing my closet. So I think both of those things have worked together to make me better sales on Poshmark since I've started Vendoo. So I think it's also helped since I'm posting more, which a lot of people say does help. So besides sharing, I hope this is all cohesive or makes sense. I wanted to talk to you about my sales and what they have been since I started on Vendoo. So this isn't for, oh, this is squeaking. So this isn't for the entire month of June because I started with Vendoo, I think about 10-ish days ago, around the 15th. I should probably look up exactly when that was, but what I started to do was import some of my old listings, and if I had mentioned before, depending on how I edit this video, I do have about 400 listings, and not everything is listed on Poshmark, so I think my active listings might be a lot lower on there, but I do have some stuff that is only on MERCARI, only on Facebook Marketplace, etc., and that is because of what the item might be. So, since starting Vendoo, and I wasn't recording at one point, so I'm not sure if I've said this yet, but, and I can also edit it out, Camille, but since I started Vendoo and using Reseller Assistant, I think they're kind of working with each other for Poshmark specifically, because what I find is that I'm listing, and this is just like what the things that you're supposed to do on Poshmark, right? You're supposed to share and list to get your closet in front of other people, your items specifically, and then also whatever they want you to list stuff so they can make money, so they not boost you, but the algorithm. So reseller assistant is sharing my closet, and then I am posting more things into Poshmark because I'm using Vendoo. So since starting with Vendoo, I've made 5... Okay, I'm just gonna stop myself here because everything I say next is completely wrong. So since starting Vendoo, I have made 7 sales on Poshmark, 6 sales on Facebook Marketplace, 2 on Mercari, and 1 on eBay. Not everything was in Vendoo, like in the report I was looking at, so I just didn't have the right numbers. And I have to say, I was not interested in listing a lot of clothing on eBay or a lot of clothing on Mercari or Facebook Marketplace. Okay, I wasn't interested in listing anything that wasn't like $50 or more on any of those other platforms because they make it so complicated. And not like super complicated, but it's just like little itty bitty things that are different from platform to platform. And like eBay, they want you to tell you they want you to tell them so many different things about is it this? What material is it? What material is that? What color is it? Who owned it before you? Like there's so much information that eBay wants from you. And then Mercari, they have slightly different categories and whatever. I don't know. It was just so time consuming. So Vendoo just makes it easy because it's just a lot less information. I was getting really influenced by what eBay was saying that I should list stuff at. Like almost every pair of sneakers I listed, they were like, you should list it for $15. And I'm like, no. But I was just getting really confused by that because I'm like, well, is it not going to sell if I want to put it at $45? So I just like that Vendoo just kind of hides that from me. I can't see it. And it still puts in all the important information, and I'm just not really going to worry about anything else because I've still seen some sales on there. So what you see here are sales that I've made for items that have been uploaded to Vendoo. So anything that wasn't listed on Poshmark has been listed on other platforms because of Vendoo. So the Clover Canyon printed skirt sold on eBay for $30. The D Studio sleeveless dress sold on Facebook Marketplace for $25. This 100% silk top sold on Mercari for $18. I'm pretty sure it was a full price sale. This vintage necklace sold on Facebook Marketplace for $18. The Beverly Hills coat sold on Facebook Marketplace for, I think that was actually $12. I got an offer for that. The one clothing skirt sold on Facebook Marketplace for $14. These are the books. I actually made a separate bundle for this person. These are actually 2 separate sales. This Coco Chanel book sold for $5, and then there were some items that wasn't listed on Facebook Marketplace, but I did an 8-book bundle for $40 plus shipping. So basically, the items that are listed on these other platforms, I would not have listed them if it wasn't for Vendoo. Next thing I wanted to do was to kind of take you around how I've rearranged my office and kind of let you know what I was thinking about it and how it would be helpful to me, and maybe that would be helpful to you. Before, this area was where I would take all my photographs. I just had a white sheet behind there, and that was how I set it up. But I have changed this to where I store all my shoe inventory, and then I have some other inventory over here and a steamer. Then we move over here to more inventory, so it's like inventory and then photography. So I actually bought a big white backdrop that's actually going to go here instead of this little singular curtain because that's not working well, which I think I knew it wouldn't because I did have my photography over here before. And then I just have a little caddy with all the things that I need to photograph and my light. And so the curtain that I got is like I think it's like I don't know, it's massive. And it's very long, so it should come hopefully down onto the floor, and it will just be a lot easier to take photos. And then, so over here, this is my desk where I was sitting. So this is kind of like my processing area. And then this is where I keep all my shipping supplies. So boxes, bubble and tissue, poly mailers, all that jazz. And then my shipping station over there. And then we start over with more inventory. What will flow is like, okay, you walk into the room with your clean items. Let's pretend. You bring them over here to be photographed and weighed, and then I will put them away and store them. And then eventually I'll need to come over here to pick them out of the inventory to ship them. And then obviously in the meantime, I will be processing them over here at the desk. And that does not need to be in a specific order, but also this is where I will be printing the labels, so it kind of ties in with the shipping area. Okay, so if I kind of go by my own direction of how I set this up here, so I have my laptop out and I printed my labels, which I already have over here for my 2 orders. So I'm going to go walk over to my inventory and pull the 2 items that I need. Alright, so the first item that we have are these hats. That's for my Poshmark order that I just got. And the second thing I have is this dress. Some of my more delicate items I have up on this clothing rack. So here's the dress, and this sold on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm in my little shipping corner, and I can obviously pull this out if I have more things. And I'm actually going to turn this inside out because I don't want it to get snagged at all. And that's sold on Facebook Marketplace. That's first class. And these sold on Poshmark. Now I'm going to pull the shipping tools that I need, which are right here. Alright, I want to make a video about this too, so hold me to it. One of the things that I didn't really know about shipping, I know there's tons of videos about shipping, right? But, you know, I'm just going to give you info my own way too. So, first class packages cannot go in priority mailers. And I learned that when I shipped something on MERCARI and I did it wrong. And the buyer had to pay money to pick it up at the post office. So I bought these poly mailers. I know a lot of people bought them really cheap for Amazon Prime Day. But these were actually, I bought them, I think the day before or a few days before. And they were still really cheap. It was like $11 for over 100, I think. So that will be for that one. And the hats I will put in a little box so that they don't get squished. And since it's on Poshmark, I can use the priority boxes. I'm very excited too because I also went and bought myself a label maker, so I don't have to deal with paper labels anymore, so it will consolidate what I'm doing even more because the printer that I have been using is in my husband's room. Well, not his room, but his office across the hall, and I'd just rather have the sticky labels to save on all that tape. So I'll put those in there. And you know why I want to share some of this stuff too is that I'm doing this with a lot of, you know, things that I just own in my house. Like I'm using a dresser for shipping supplies. These are all things that you can do without investing a ton of money. But I do think that it's important to invest some money if you want to make money. And there we go. Now I'll bring these downstairs and put them by the door so I will remember to bring them outside in the morning. And that's it. My 2 packages. Nice and simple. But now that I have been kind of working in my business a little bit more in a more concise way and kind of understanding things better. And I literally wrote a note to myself, keep it simple. Keep it simple. I don't have to, make it complicated, because that is what really can hold you back from excelling and moving forward and scaling your business. So I'm doing very simple spreadsheets. I'm using Poshmark inventory tools now that I have Vendoo. I'll be using Vendoo spreadsheet tools, because there's, you can put in all the different marketplace fees and shipping fees and things like that, which is so helpful. And, I know there's going to be roadblocks. I'm going to have some lessons to learn with eBay. Absolutely 100%. But the fact that I'm doing it and trying is really important. The fact that I'm making money so that I can, be okay with making a little mistake here and there is good as well. I have made over $600 so far this month. There's still a few days left, so I'm gonna make more. I know that for sure. And what I've kind of showed you are some of those quick flips that I've made, some good buys, the tools that I've been using to accelerate those sales, and also just make my life easier. Make it easier for yourself. If you really break it down to, you want this tool that costs $30 a month. Okay, can you allocate that first $30 a month that you have to that tool to then, because you're going to be making so much more. You're going to be making double, triple that, because you're able to do these things on more platforms, make more time for yourself. And is that more time to go sourcing so that you can have more inventory to make more money or research to find those better things to flip? All that good stuff. It's all intertwined, and it's like a cog and wheel. It's going to affect each other. I want to encourage you to start thinking about what you can do in July to make July your best month ever. Everyone's talking about this summer slowdown. It's not going to happen here. So pick a market you want to cross list onto. Pick a tool you want to buy in July. Pick something that is going to accelerate your business. And I think you'll be very happy, because I am very happy with the tools that I've implemented. So thank you for watching. You can like this video if you liked it. You can follow me on Instagram and comment below. Subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you next week. I put out videos every Friday. Bye!